For decades, the Big Bang has been our best explanation for how the universe began. A single, unfathomably dense point, smaller than an atom, exploded into existence, birthing time, space, and everything we know. This event wasn't just the start of the cosmos. It was the beginning of reality itself. Before the Big Bang, there was nothing. No space, no time, no existence, and then, in an instant, everything was. But what if that story is incomplete? What if the Big Bang wasn't the beginning at all? Some scientists now believe that our universe has a terrifying flaw, one that suggests the cosmos may have never truly started, or that it might be trapped in an endless cycle of destruction and rebirth. And if that's true, then we may have lived this exact moment before, countless times. The implications are unsettling. Because if the universe has already existed an infinite number of times, then what does that mean for us? At first glance, the Big Bang makes sense. We see galaxies moving away from each other. Space itself is expanding, and the entire universe is bathed in a faint afterglow, the cosmic microwave background radiation, energy left over from the moment everything began. It's the perfect crime scene, the perfect evidence that the Big Bang really happened. But there's a problem. Several, actually. The first is the most obvious. How did everything come from nothing? We're told that before the Big Bang, there was no space, no matter, no energy. So how did the universe emerge out of the void? And even if that's somehow possible, why did it explode into such a perfectly balanced state? If you've ever played with firecrackers, you know explosions are messy. They scatter debris in every direction. But the Big Bang? It was too perfect. It led to a universe that is astonishingly smooth and uniform, with galaxies distributed in a way that seems almost designed. And then there's the singularity, a point of infinite density where time and physics completely break down. That should be a red flag, right? Infinite anything is usually a sign that we're missing something fundamental. To fix these problems, physicists introduce cosmic inflation, a brief moment after the Big Bang when the universe expanded faster than the speed of light. This explains the uniformity, flattens out space, and prevents weird relics like magnetic monopoles from forming. Sounds great, except inflation has a catch. If it happened once, it should still be happening somewhere. In fact, many models suggest that inflation never fully stopped. Instead, it's still happening, constantly spawning new universes, branching off forever in a vast multiverse. So if you've ever wondered whether there's another version of you out there living a slightly different life, inflation says the answer is yes, probably an infinite number of times. But even with inflation, we still haven't solved the biggest mystery of all, the singularity. Even with all our theories, we're still left with a paradox. Something came from nothing, and physics breaks down when we try to explain it. But what if time never had a beginning at all? For centuries, ancient cultures believed in cyclical time. Hinduism, Buddhism, and even Norse mythology spoke of a cosmic rebirth, where the universe dies and is reborn forever. Modern science dismissed these ideas, until researchers stumbled upon something astonishing. There is a way the universe could be cyclical. It's called the ekpyrotic universe. And if it's correct, then our reality is far stranger than we ever imagined. Instead of a singularity, the ekpyrotic model suggests the universe undergoes infinite cycles of expansion and contraction. Imagine a balloon inflating, deflating, and then reinflating, except on a cosmic scale. But here's where it gets even weirder. In this model, our universe exists as a brane, a three-dimensional surface floating in a higher dimensional space. And every so often, another brane smashes into ours, triggering what looks like a Big Bang. But in reality, It's just the next phase of an eternal cycle. If this is true, then the Big Bang wasn't a beginning. It was just a reset. Our universe has expanded and collapsed an infinite number of times. And if that's the case, then we may have all existed before. The same stars, the same galaxies, the same planets, and maybe even the same people. Have we had this conversation before? Have you watched this exact video in a past cycle? That thought alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. But the ekpyrotic universe doesn't just sound cool. It actually solves the same problems that inflation does. The slow contraction phase smooths out the universe. It explains its large-scale structure and avoids the singularity problem entirely. It also means there's no true beginning or end, just an infinite chain of cosmic rebirths. But there's one major issue. How do we prove it? Right now, inflation and cyclic models make nearly identical predictions. The only way to tell them apart might be in the echoes of the early universe, gravitational waves left behind from these violent cosmic events. If we can detect them, they could reveal whether the universe expanded from a single event or if it's been repeating forever. And that's where the mystery deepens. Because recent studies suggest that the signals we've already detected in the cosmic microwave background might be evidence of a previous cycle. Scientists are now searching for patterns, subtle anomalies in the temperature variations of the early universe that could indicate a past Big Bang before ours. If we find them, it would mean the universe has already ended and restarted over and over for eternity. But what if we don't? What if the data remains inconclusive? That would mean we are left standing at the edge of an infinite abyss, unable to see whether we are truly living in the first universe or just one in a countless chain stretching back through eternity. The implications are staggering. If the cyclic model is correct, then we've already witnessed the end of the universe an infinite number of times. Every star, every black hole, every galaxy has already faded into darkness, only to be reborn. And if time is an endless loop, does that mean free will is an illusion? Are we destined to make the same choices over and over, trapped in a cosmic déjà vu? Or is there some unknown factor, a force beyond our understanding, that ensures each cycle is slightly different? The idea is haunting, but also strangely beautiful. One thing is certain. We are closer than ever to unraveling the ultimate secret of existence. Whether the universe had a beginning or whether it has been cycling forever, the answer will reshape everything we thought we knew. But until we find that answer, we are left with one terrifying thought. The universe may have never started, and it may never end. And if that's true, we may be here again, watching this, thinking these same thoughts, in a universe that has already played out an infinite number of times. So what do you think? Are we trapped in a never-ending loop, or was there a true beginning? If you want to dive deeper into the mysteries of the cosmos, check out our other videos. See you soon.